pictures with this.
Little incognito camera.
So I guess the first question would be, how are you? And how are you doing?
I'm okay. Work's very long. I'm very tired, but hanging in there, I guess. So it's almost over.
Yeah.
We're in like a stretch of 20 streets now, so everyone's full. Worse for the wear out here.
A lot of people, a big misconception is that tour is supposed to be the best time of your life.
Right.
But it's actually harder than it seems.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, tour is such like an amazing opportunity. You get to meet so many people, go to so many places, and all that. You get to watch music every day, shoot music, play music, whatever you're doing. It's really fucking cool. But at the same time, it's very physically tolling. You're not really sleeping in beds a lot, especially if you're like on the smaller level of things. You're away from home for months at a time. You're eating shitty food. Although the catering on Warped Tour is actually very good. So this is the one exception that where you may actually eat better on tour than at home. But it's really like a non-stop job, especially something like Warped Tour. There's really no downtime. You're just go, and it's very mentally, physically demanding. And as fun as it is, it's also like just as tough. A lot of people just like can't tour because they can't handle the physical and mental capacity that it needs.
No, I mean, I've heard of multiple times there have been. I know of bands who they've dropped off of tours specifically for mental health reasons, and personally, what annoys me with that is how the fans react.
Right.
Because
I mean, it's more just a perspective thing. Because unless you've been on the road and done something like this, you wouldn't really like understand the type of like mental commitment that goes into it. And like mental health obviously comes first, physical health. But and if those things are like poor on the road, then like your fans are going to be able to get the performance they deserve without your own like health being at risk. And like a lot of people have tough times understanding that because they haven't been in that position. But it's a lot tougher than you realize out here. And like I feel like there are a lot of people in bands and on the road that are dealing with like mental health issues, and it's not exactly the greatest place to take care of those things. So it could definitely like exasperate them.
also a lot of people happen to be not open, but
yeah, for sure.
So what is your opinion? Like, should people be like openly? Like some people are like no, but some people are. Personally, for me, I'm like I'm all for if you're like open, then you can get others to.
Right. Yeah. I mean, personally, I like being completely open with my mental health because like I feel like. And like there just is like a very large stigma around mental health in this country and around the world. And the reality is like mental health is just as important as any sort of physical health issue. So if you were to be open about having a cold or a flu or something, then you should be able to be open about having depression or anxiety or any one of these illnesses. And we just really aren't to the point as a society where that's okay yet. So I understand people who don't want to be open with it because it's not exactly an easy thing to do. A lot of people, you may be looked at as less or like not strong or whatever. But personally, I like to be open because I feel like it makes other people more comfortable to be open, and I feel like being open can help you yourself too because it lets you like have more resources and people who can relate to you, and kind of just helps everything that's in your head get out into like reality. And so it seems more of like, how do I word it, like it makes you feel like less, like for lack of a better word, crazy, because like you're like vocalizing all the things you're thinking about and all the problems you're having, and it's not just stewing in your head and you don't feel like as like alone and stuff. So personally, that's why I like being open about it.
I 100% agree. I mean, like if you're not ready to, if you don't feel comfortable, and absolutely you do what you're comfortable with.
Yeah, exactly. But, it's not an easy thing to open up about, and like even myself, like I've been struggling with anxiety for as long as I can remember, and I didn't even realize it was a problem until like a few years ago. And then even then, like I wouldn't really talk about it much, just because I don't know. I didn't want to be seen as like weak or like lower or something like that. Eventually,
basically the stigma.
Yeah, exactly. It's the stigma.
I'm wearing a hat. The first thing that comes to my mind: boys don't cry. That's a big
like that's like an Exodus.
Yeah.
Their new songs, and I feel like they're one of the many bands on the store who are doing like a really good job to try and like break through that stigma. And there's a lot of organizations like Hope for the Day and whatnot. I think Voice for the Innocent's another one that are all just trying to kind of normalize mental health problems, because it is a way more common problem than people think. You know, a lot of people have mental health issues, and as a society, we like to like squash that and make it seem like it's not a thing, but it really is. And the more we can do to normalize that through music, organizations, nonprofits, and all that, the better we can start, you know, breaking down stigmas like that.
Absolutely. So being on tour a lot, how would you cope? How do you cope when you're not feeling up to your capacity, I guess you would say?
Right.
Your mental capacity.
So like, I guess the ways I've coped is kind of like varied over the years. Like up until this year, I didn't really have healthy coping mechanisms. I would drink almost every day. I would smoke a lot of weed. I'd be like promiscuous. I would just a bunch of like unhealthy behaviors. I spent a lot of time just like in bed or on my phone. Vibes in most cases. Yeah, I was coping, but not really in healthy ways. So coming into this year, because my anxiety got so bad and so worse the past like 10 months or so, I'm still trying to find kind of like healthier coping mechanisms. But this year, I'm warped at least. I've been just trying to stay as busy as possible. I've been shooting photos and working in catering and playing drums with my old band. So I'm just trying to like keep myself so like occupied that like my mind doesn't have as much time to go to bad places or whatever. And it's also like productive at the same time. So instead of like, you know, partying or trying to like use substances and all that, nothing against people who like smoke weed or like alcohol, but when it's used like in an unhealthy manner, it can be bad.
Like self-medicating.
Yeah, exactly. And like that's what happened to me. But yeah, like I said, I'm still like trying to find like better coping mechanisms. But so far, I'm just finding that putting more time into like my photos and my art and just like staying busy has been like the best way so far. I've been working on like a lot of mindfulness and meditation too, which is a really tricky practice about just like focusing on your breathing, staying in the present, and all that. And I've been like, it's just like a sport or an instrument, something you gotta practice like every day, and that's something I've been trying to do every day as well. Just kind of take 20, 30 minutes to myself and just kind of like try to be present. And that's another way I've been trying to cope, I guess.
It's extremely difficult, so I keep like, I give you a lot of respect for that. I've tried that, and it's harder than it actually.
Yeah, it's very difficult. Like I'm nowhere like near good at it yet. You know, it's to be just like alone in your thoughts and not to like engage them per se. But it's
drum scene.
It is not. Yeah.
It's an important question.
Yeah, right. Well, yeah, and especially if someone with like anxiety problems, like, you know, it's not an easy thing to get good at, but you know, hopefully over time I'll improve.
So a lot of people tend to lean towards music a lot. And I guess, I mean, I personally wrote a whole paper in this my junior year about how the alternative scene is actually super important to an adolescent's mental and physical, emotional health.
Right.
But some people will disagree. But what's your take on using music to heal? Or, as in, like, use music to...
Personally, music's always been like the number one thing that's always there for me. I feel like I've always had like a lot of pent up emotions and like anger and sadness and all that, like growing up, and I feel like that's kind of why I drifted towards like, you know, heavier music or like alternative music, or, you know, kind of just like the Warped Tour scene. I feel like this is like music for like, you know, kids who are like fucked up in a sense, and like, you know, just the whole message behind it and all that. It helps, at least me personally. I know it does the same for a lot of other people. It, you know, just kind of relatable and helps me feel less alone. Kind of feels like a community that we're all kind of like in this together type of thing. And like you said, a lot of people don't seem to think that's a thing, and a lot of people will be like, oh, you know, this music is what's making you, you know, sad or whatever, you know. Quit listening to that heavy stuff. It's like poisoning your brain or whatever. And I actually did a research paper on this in college, my last semester, looking up stats on whether anxiety and depression were like higher in people who listen to alternative music than people who don't. And the results I found were that there really isn't any correlation, and you know that it's not the genre that's causing these like mental health problems. It's more people using the genre to cope with problems they've already had. So
Exactly.
that's my take on that, I guess.
No, it makes sense. I mean, most statistics actually are pretty. They're either skewed or also they'll try to make correlation out of nothing. They'll, for example, let's say in the summer there's more people that will eat ice cream, and let's say that there's more parks. Someone will try to make a correlation out of that.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of like bad studies or just like poorly done. I mean, anybody can do a study and ask like 5 people things and turn it into a paper and claim it as like facts, but I feel like overall, like I don't see like this music as having like a negative effect on people. And if anything, I feel like it's helping a lot of people, and it's saving a lot of lives, and just helping people cope and giving them an outlet to not only like listen to but create, because that's, you know, I channel a lot of my emotions into the music I write and the photos I take and all that. So.
So I guess to wrap things up, I want to say any advice to anyone who is afraid to go out and seek help, but they want to, but they're just afraid because what their friends may say, or what their parents, or what like certain relatives. Like, I mean, for the longest time, I was afraid to actually to admit anything was wrong, and then my friend was like, you know, just go, like, she was like, just go see a therapist, you'll be okay, I promise, she's not gonna hurt you, she's not gonna turn you in.
Right. And I think that's part of, like, with anxiety, that's like part of the problem to begin with. You're anxious about being open about your problems and going to a therapist because you think, oh, she's gonna turn me in and my parents are gonna exile me, and like anxiety, like, sure, there's the possibility of that, but chances are, like, people are way more supportive than you think. Now, since I've been open, I've had nothing but like support from, you know, my parents and my friends and family and all that. And like doctors, their job is to help you, and I understand if people aren't ready to come out. Like it's definitely something that you have to be really comfortable to do. But at the same time, it takes a little bit of like that first like step is like very uncomfortable, and it takes like a little bit of like pushing yourself to get there. But once you get over that first hurdle, that's like the biggest. That's the toughest part to like beginning the whole healing process, because once you do that, you're gonna realize how supportive your friends are and your family are. And if people aren't supportive, then like those aren't really people you need in your life anyways, because that's just like toxic. So not only are you gonna trying to like find words not only are you gonna like start healing yourself and helping yourself, but you're also gonna like find out who in your life all stuff I learned once I started, once I stopped ignoring my problems and really starting to be like proactive about them. And like I still have a long road, and it's, you know, healing's not linear. It's very up and down. It's a long process. It's not like a cold where you take a bunch of medicine and you're good. You know, we don't know a lot about our brains. We don't really know much about like the medication we take. We know that like some of it works, some of it doesn't. You're gonna have to go through like a lot of trial and error, a lot of ups and downs. But
I've heard of people use the analogy. Actually, recently in a thread that I was reading on Twitter, of using, instead of just being like the cold or the flu, they're like, no, those are temporary. So again, like most, so there was an analogy to mental health and chronic pain or chronic, like, because it is basically chronic most times.
Yeah. I mean, most mental health problems, like, they're not really gonna go away. It's like with chronic pain, which is kind of what like the organization's more about, right? The Unchargeables or whatever.
Basically everything, like literally anything, like all over.
Right. Yeah.
We're just a support group for like support, positivity, and showing people aren't alone and that you can get through it.
Yeah, and like I feel like mental health problems don't 100% go away, but it's just about learning how to cope with them and deal with them, and maybe get to the point where you're not thinking about it, you know, every day, all day. You know, it's just kind of like a come and go thing, and you have good days and bad days, but hopefully you get to the point where you're having way more good days than bad days, type of thing. And I'm sure it's like similar to, you know, chronic pain and all that.
There's good days, there's bad days, and honestly, it's just, I mean, personally for me, I'd say the pain's not the worst part for me. It's the same thing with where when I'm anxious, because I also have general, I've had since I was a kid, like ADHD and general anxiety disorder. Like, so that's been fun. I was the hyper kid in school who was afraid of getting in trouble.
Right. And so you had all this energy, but you were too scared to use it, type of thing.
And then I was disorganized, yet I would be so scared of like losing something, and then I'd lose it, and then I get so mad, I get so scared. But basically, it's wait, I lost my train of thought.
You're good.
Wow, good job. What was I saying? Oh yeah, like there's like honestly there are times where like it's easy to handle it. Like today I was really stressed out. I left. I ended up leaving a few things at that I was supposed to bring somebody. I was actually supposed to bring somebody an engagement gift. So that's gonna have to get shipped in the mail now. Yeah.
No.
But,
like that happens, but you're gonna find a way around it. You know?
Oh yeah. So there's like sometimes it's a good day with a little speed bumps, and some days like you can't even get out of bed.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
And so is there anything else that you'd like to say? Like
trying to think.
Positivity and hope.
Yeah, just some sort of words of encouragement or whatever. I mean, just like no matter what you're going through, like nothing's permanent, and like, you know, things will get better even if it feels like on this exact day that you're gonna feel this way forever. Whatever you're dealing with, whether it's depression or anxiety or OCD or pain or dissociation or schizophrenia or whatever, no matter what problem you have, it's as shitty as you may be feeling on one day, like it will get better. You will learn how to cope better, and that's what sure it says. Like, it's okay not to be okay. It's nothing to be ashamed of.
Oh wait, it's backwards.
Yeah, it's mirror effects, but people care about you, whether your dumb brain lets you believe that or not. And I'm trying to think of like like something other than like stay positive, because like, and like it's okay to have bad days. Like you're not always going to be positive. You're not always going to be able to like look on the bright side and all that. But that's all part of the healing process. Those are just the dips and the hills and valleys. So it's all part of it. And you'll grow from all the experiences, whether it's the good days or the bad days. Everything's a lesson, and every day is another day you can learn how to cope better with what you're dealing with. And don't be afraid to reach out to people. There's obviously hotlines and all that, but friends, family, strangers, or like even me, if you want to find me on Twitter, I'm like @Unrath. You're never yeah. I'm sure Hana is like always down to talk to, but at least for me, like anyone who's struggling, like it's literally never like a burden if you need like someone to talk to, and I feel like most people agree, because everyone I've reached out to when I needed someone has been
absolutely
helpful or kind. People are a lot more empathetic than your anxiety makes you think they are, I think.
I've literally stayed up all night once talking to someone out of committing suicide, and I do not regret staying up and I had an important day that next day, but I do not regret it one bit. That person's still here, and that person we still talk and have fun, and it's one of like, or if anybody like reaches me in the middle of the night, I will literally wake up. Girl, I'll try to. If I'm like dead asleep, I will. But
and I'm sure if you didn't like reach it, stay with that person and reach out, you would have like not, that would have been more inconvenience than like just talking to a person.
Oh no, I'm very happy that I even if it was like, even for small, if somebody came up to me for a small thing, and I'm very happy to like just vent.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like most people are that way. Like that, your friends are friends for a reason. They're there to understand whatever shit you're going through, no matter how like crazy it may sound or like ridiculous it may sound. It's like anxiety makes you think ridiculous things or untrue things, or same with depression. But your good friends should be able to understand that and help you get through it. And counselors obviously are very good for that too, if you have shitty friends. But I like to think people are good.
Innocent till proven guilty, I guess.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for taking time out of a busy day.
Of course. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for talking to me. It was fun. Yeah, I'm trying to think of anything else.
Before I forget anything, below will be different international as well as the US to hotlines, as well as the crisis text line, because sometimes I know I'm not usually comfortable talking on the phone all the time, so the crisis text line is amazing. So I'll link all those stuff down wherever the thing is on YouTube or whatever, the doobly-doo thingy.
Annotations or whatever.
Yeah, that.
Down there.
So this was Dieter.
Awesome. Bye.
DFTBA, try to stay positive, and I'll see you next time.
Bye.
Still waiting for the smoke to stop hating. Can't find a good reason